Welcome to Mirth, Magic, and Mayhem, the AARPG's new actual play series using the Dragonbane RPG by Free League Publishing. I'm Nathan, your host, co-GM, and I'll also be playing Brains, the idiot Wolfkin thief. Let's meet my friends and fellow cast members.
I'm Malcolm, your co-GM, and I'll also be playing Corinne Rinesmith, the judgy halfling bard.
Hi, I'm Tyr, and I'll be playing Dane Ringson, a human scatterbrain scholar.
I'm Chris, and I'm playing Sigyn, elfin huntress.
Hey all, this is Anthony, and I play Kurgan, and he wants to remind you,
you should go and get stuffed.
Hello everyone, this is Sean. I will be playing Baylor Banefire, a dwarf artisan specialist.
I'm Tim, AARPG's latest temporary double-seeker probationary player. I play Quiverwing, the enchanting mallard whose spellbinding plumage shivers like distant lightning on a moonlit night.
Together, we'll explore ancient secrets of a long-forgotten empire, facing challenges and forging our destiny in a world where every castle, cave, and crypt holds the echoes of a bygone era. Get ready for an epic journey filled with laughter, suspense, and unforgettable moments in the Misty Vale.
Hello and welcome to the Advanced Age Roleplay Gamers podcast. And unlike the episodes I've been editing, Chris didn't interrupt me this time. So this is awesome. Yet. Thank you so much for staying with us on this Dragonbane journey, assuming anyone is still listening to this. This is episode 31, I believe. Yeah, episode 31 of Mirth, Magic, and Mayhem. We've got everybody except for Tony here. Tony might be on a little bit of a hiatus. We'll see. You know how in real life is. It can be a bitch sometimes. But I hope Tony's back with us soon. But
that's called 2024. Nathan.
I'm going to hand things over to Malcolm, who will bring us back up to speed.
Okay.
Just wing it.
Let's start off with where we left off last time. For some of us, it's been a few weeks, but let's go ahead and dive right in. Our party had gone looking for the village of Blackridge and found that there was a barrier on the road, telling them to turn back and not to go any further. Yet they pressed on, crossing over the barrier, climbing over it, and finding the event horizon and speaking with a Mallard scholar there who tells them that the barrier has existed and yet no one has passed through it. Whoever passed through it has returned, but they know that their goal is beyond it. So, mustering their courage and after a few tests with some Guano Draconis, they decide to hop on through. Having passed through the shimmering barrier, you find yourselves on the edge of a small village. A flock of sheep amble around a bit further away. A simple path leads to the village, which consists of a few modest homes centered around a tall black tower. On the other side of the village, there's a rocky outcrop with what looks like a large relief carved in stone. Despite it being midsummer and a little after noon when you went through the barrier, it is now late afternoon and autumn here. The air is cool, and all the trees are dressed in autumn colors. The light is fading from the day. A murder of crows circles above the tower, and what looks like a large flagpole, but horizontally sticking out of the top of it. And there you are on the road.
So you said there's some huts in the village, like
the village is basically further down. It's further down the road. There is a village. It consists of basically just a few modest homes, some a little bigger than others, but most, and maybe some two-story. You can't really tell from this distance. It's
God
really
damn it! I need a smithy.
There's a number of things wrong with this. Besides it being
we should head
half
to the
a
village,
year further into the
what?
Do you not see it? Do you not feel it? It's autumn.
I feel a nice autumn day. What do you feel?
It was late summer when you were on the other side of the shimmering barrier.
Well, the old man did say, the mallard did say that time's different over here. So I think,
would say that tower was theoretically destroyed 700 years ago.
You think we're in the past?
And the road looks to be, even though it's a modest one, is in really decent condition.
Oh, this is unusual.
Oh, I'm going to have to make some notes.
Yeah, please draw that tower. It's very striking.
Do you continue on?
Oh yes,
back?
of course.
Yeah,
Baylor's heading to this. I think we should head to this village and see what is up.
They must have a tavern, a place to get soup.
Yeah, and if the wind draws on that flagpole and a flag appears, I'd like to know what the flag is.
No apparent flag sticking out of the. I mean, seems a bit robust, but yeah, there's no flagpole. There's no flag on that pole.
Are there apart from the sheep, are like farmers at the edge of the village, or is it just sheep?
You just saw some sheep just go over a hill, but yeah, you haven't seen anybody. I'd say you're some distance from the village. Let me just put it that way, though. You are some distance from the village. You can just see because you're sort of in the high part of the valley, looking down into it. Everything looks to be in decent condition. There's some smoke and smoke leaving some of the chimneys of some of the small, some of the homes. And at least one building looks to be possibly 2 stories that's near there. It could be the square.
Anybody like milling around, or just can't tell?
Looking around, there's no one in front of you on the road. You look behind you on the road?
Oh, yeah.
Back
all
towards
over the place, looking for other people.
Yes. Back, the road does seem to continue back onward. You do not see... You do not see the mallard you left behind, the mallard scholar. There is no sign of Kenotus Leote.
Is there no shimmer behind us?
He's not. There is no shimmer behind you, but you do see a single individual. It appears to be an elven woman with long jet black hair, and she's leading a white donkey that is laden with various bundles.
Thank God we didn't bring Miserable Beast.
Anti-Miserable Beast.
She's wearing a cerulean blue cloak with a silver crescent moon and a single star on it. She carries a bow, which appears to be the very twin of the one that you have, Sig. It is of white wood with silver inlays. And she's leading them away, and she stops, pauses.
You stole Siggy's bow.
And briefly looks back towards you.
Oh, greetings.
With her eyes filled with tears, she shakes her head and turns and continues away from the village.
Wait, we should speak with this person.
She's disappointed in you,
Can we
saying,
chase her down?
Hello, wait. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. I'll run after her.
Jesus.
Hey, lady.
Great.
You begin, Brain goes running down the road.
Lady.
And for the rest of you, he runs, and then he starts moving, and I'm not sure Brain's going to notice, but he seems to start, his movements become slower and slower.
Ooh, he's reached the event horizon.
And to the point that he just literally stops. Mid-stride.
Make notes of her. Perhaps she's a famous historical figure.
And based on where you guys passed through, you think that would be right where the barrier was.
Can I hear them? Yeah.
You can hear them. They sound like they're down a tunnel or something.
I'll look back and see what's. Do they look weird to me, or do I feel stuck?
They do look a little weird to you. Everything seems to be moving very slowly where you are.
Like I've got Vaseline over my eyes or something?
No, not a beauty filter from Star Trek. It's just everything's perfectly clear. It's just moving very slow. As a matter of fact, you can see a leaf that's slowly still trying to fall. It hasn't quite reached the ground, and it's difficult to turn the further you push towards the rider. Towards the woman, the elven woman.
I must be going so fast right now.
That is a possibility for someone of your intellect. You come up with.
Yeah, I'll try to push it.
So you continue to push forward.
Yes.
Meanwhile, time continues to move with the rest of you as normal. He just seems stuck.
So
Like
what
a
I
wolf
want to
in
do
amber.
is, first off, check the ground around us to see if the stuff we had tried tossing through is like at our feet here, or if it's just gone.
Through the
Wheelbarrows aside,
none of it's-
there was the rope. There was a couple of other things.
No, none of it's there.
Is there signs that this woman walked upon this path outward, or no?
I won't make you do a bushcraft roll, but yeah, you can tell that she walked down this path.
Okay.
I mean,
So
this
appears
seems. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No.
It appears that she is not trapped in this place like the mallard suggested everyone else was.
Does that mean that she's the architect of this calamity?
Don't think we have the information for that.
I'm going to reserve my opinions until I have more information. But
Me too.
I don't.
Wise.
I don't. She might be part of the story.
Should we? What? Wait. What story?
It's a theory.
Aaron just goes like, "What story are you talking about?
Well,
Is it this your memoir thingy?
it's a theory I'm working on. I need more information first. But
Should we just like use our grappling hook and just drag him out?
might work. I don't know if I don't know if he's going to have the idea to turn around by himself.
Come on, Reggie.
I think I
We've got a
can
bone
lodge
for
it.
you.
I might be able to lodge it in his head and then yank him out, or it might pull out that piece of wood. I'm not sure.
I'm curious to see how long he stays like this.
We really need to get him out of there.
Do
we?
Yes, it's not
just
right.
like a Korean nod.
Come on.
Tell you what, let's leave him there and let's investigate the village a bit more carefully. I'm sure he'll be fine.
All right. I write something on a scrap of paper and I wrap it around one of the wooden arrow shafts that I have, the ones that don't have the points on it, and I shoot it in front of Brains so it lands in the ground. But it should land on the ground in front of him.
Unfortunately, as it nears him, it just sort of like boom, it hits and it starts moving very slowly, and it never gets far enough to. Well, if it's making progress, it's making very slow progress that you're not sure when it's going to hit the ground.
Well, it's interesting because relatively he's walking and that is moving much faster.
Mm-hmm. It appears to have reached the barrier before him, and he's gone deeper into it, and therefore is moving slower.
I hope he
I mean, this is
turn slightly.
These are his notes that he's making. He's writing down. It's weird, but I wonder if light and sound are also slowed.
Cameron just looks at
So,
Quiverwing and goes, maybe you should tell him about magic.
But I can.
He hasn't read that book yet.
I can hear everybody fine, or no?
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
Yeah,
or not.
you can hear them fine. They just sound very distant. Yeah, the more you push forward, the more distant they sound. And
I'll stop and I'll turn and look at them and put my hands on my hips.
Let's tell him to come back.
Yeah, in about an hour,
some
we'll
of the
see
party
that.
members are waiting for you to return back. Others are just sort of watching.
Does he see the arrow?
And can I see the lady anymore or no? With the donkey?
Yes, she's moving further and further away from you.
She seems to be moving at a normal pace, though.
And there's an arrow flying near you.
All right.
You can see that, yeah.
You know, I will. I'll scratch my head, knock my little wooden hat, for lack of a better term, and I'll. So can I reach the arrow at least, or no?
Was a bit of work you could. Yeah, he fired it close enough that you can probably reach it.
I'm gonna have to fetch that arrow. before I return.
Okay.
Oh, good
That's a
heavens.
lot
Now
of
if
money.
he catches it, he's just going to do nothing but brag about catching an arrow in flight. You realize this?
I'm not giving it back.
not what these cost. Hell no.
Okay. So after a moment and a bit of slow movement, you do retrieve the arrow. And as you move further away from closer to them, you're able to move faster, you find.
Okay.
And they sound a bit clearer.
So I trot back with the arrow. That was weird.
Agreed.
What's up with this place?
That's where the barrier was. I don't think we're meant to go that way.
Well, then how do we get out of here?
That it
That's the
remains to be
mystery
seen.
for us to solve. Yes.
Well, we have to move forward, friend.
I thought you smart people would have a plan.
I did have a plan. Didn't you read the note on the arrow?
No.
Ask yourself that whole read part again.
Open the note on the arrow.
Okay. For those of you who are actively looking around, why don't you give me an awareness roll? But
Any wounds or brains?
I'll give you an awareness roll. I'm
Awareness. Ooh, I made it. 12.
you notice in the distance there appears to be a V formation of flying creatures approaching on the horizon.
No shit.
But at the moment, they're too far away to identify.
Perhaps
so
we
Darg
should
is
make haste to the
enamored by
village.
the returning wolfkin.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
I got a 20, so I am just staring at the wolfkin, like fascinated by his slow movements.
I'm not sure, but when those arrive, I don't think we should probably be out in the open.
Birds.
Those aren't birds.
It's in a V formation, though.
Well, there's all these.
could they not be birds?
Should we dive into one of those huts?
You need to actually get to the village itself.
I think we should have to wander towards the village first.
Yeah, let's go towards the village.
Okay.
When Brains opens the note, it's a stick figure of Brains and an arrow pointing back to a bunch of other stick figures, one holding a book.
All right. So,
And
You
that
went towards the
explains
village.
that. Yes.
Dane knows that he can't read.
the village square is a small and paved with stones whose different colors form the image of a rearing dragon. There is, of course, the tall black tower which rises nearby, which casts a shadow over the entire place. And you can see a farmer who is with a walking stick who's waddling his way straight towards you, looking like he's eager to speak with you. And he goes, "Hey ho, neighbors! I hope all is well for you. Sadly, not for me. Well, not for me. My sheep have gone missing, and I'm hoping you might have spied my wayward flock on your way here."
We did see a number of sheep
Ooh.
walking over the hills. And I indicate back the way we came.
Good. I'm willing to offer my wife's county famous plum pie if you're willing to help me catch them.
That sounds
I did
excellent.
send my dog out Puck and my 2 sons, but they're on the other side of the valley, I suspect. If you're willing to help, of course.
What's your dog's name?
Puck. P-U-K-K.
What are your kids' names?
Allard and Must.
What language does he
sons.
speak? What
Would
language
you
is
like
he
the sheep's
speaking now?
names as well?
Yes. We to do a proper investigation, we must have all the necessary data.
I'm sorry for him.
So he's indicating that the sheep went in what direction?
Well, I don't know. I've lost them. If I
No.
know what direction
This
they
is me asking the game master, like towards the barrier, or away
He
from.
just thinks out there somewhere. He doesn't know.
Oh.
He doesn't know where the sheep are on this side of the barrier.
Oh.
He doesn't know where the sheep are.
And he's speaking our tongue.
It does seem strangely accident and old, and things. Some there's. I mean, the very fact the hail ho neighbors is not something that's commonly used anymore. where
These
you guys
are
from.
rural people, so their ways are different than
It
than
does have
ours.
a distinct. It does have a distinct sort of archaic sound. Is the best way I can put it.
We could certainly keep an eye out for your sheep, good farmer. If you could
I'm
maybe.
Farmer Axe. That's all you need to know. I have the big house over there.
What's the name of the village that we are coming upon? We're travelers from afar.
Well, this is Black Ridge.
Oh, Black Ridge.
Yes.
And that's Cato's tower?
Oh, yes, Cato the Curious.
Oh.
He's a powerful wizard. He
Yeah.
enjoys a certain amount of trust from the Dragon Emperor.
Yes. Long live his eminence.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, is that a flight of birds coming in?
Eyes aren't that good, but I suppose it's geese or something.
Oh.
It is autumn.
So I see. Well, we will certainly keep an eye out in our travels. If not, we will. Might we seek lodging in the town?
Oh, yes, there's the Blazing Breath. It's the only place to have lodging at all.
Oh.
And you can get a good meal there. I'm quite certain the Droon has something ready, though it is after lunch, so who knows.
Well, we will keep an eye out for this innkeeper. Thank you.
Thank you so much, neighbour. Very well.
Blessings be upon you.
And blessings as you, Abby Johns. And he moves away. He starts going, down the road still. Calling for his dog.
Okay, we are definitely experiencing something. He scratches down in his book and writes some notes.
There's a lot of shepherds in Misty Vale.
That man thinks he's a servant of the Empire. The Empire that faded 1,000 years ago.
Well, maybe he is.
Maybe the news is really slow here.
Well, this is
Maybe the answers are at the tavern.
There certainly is beer at the tavern.
Yes, answers.
Shall we?
So, all right, so you guys head into town. You pass by one hut. There's a bunch of kids playing out front. They're all squealing and so forth. An old woman who comes out, old, wrinkled, bulbous nose, tiny black eyes, bushy eyebrows. She sort of looks at you, looks at the children, and goes, "Mind yourself, children, or I'll send you all off to Kabash Mall in the wood. Get inside." And they all sort of scurry, stop, and look at you, and then run inside the house, and then she closes the door. You go into the center of the square, and there is a 2-story building there. It's the second most dominating large building here. It's a large hut, a bit dilapidated, that is under the shadow of the tower, of course. There are several windows which appear to be shuttered, and above the door hangs a poorly painted sign with basically appears to be a dragon breathing fire.
Ooh. So, speaking of shadows, before we entered the barrier, roughly what time of day was it?
Oh, it was early afternoon.
And it was a different season than
Late summer.
Right. And now it appears to be
Much later.
In fall.
Where's the sun now versus where it was when we came through the barrier?
You cannot see where the sun is exactly because of the overcast from the autumn sky. But
just a basis roughly.
It's much later in the afternoon. It's like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours later. 2 hours, sorry, yeah. So it's late afternoon.
All right, friends, before we go in, show me your pouches. Show me your coin pouches. All of them.
Okay, I pull my coins out.
Yeah. Pull it up. And this is Nathan, not Brains. But don't we still have some of the old coins from that original?
That's what.
You did get some old coins from the Rittermond.
That's what Dane is parceling out. It's like, use these. And parcels out the old coins only. We don't. The people living here probably not know what is going on, and we don't need to cause a scene.
What do you mean cause a scene?
Any more of one that I think we're already sure to cause, and Brains.
Cause our scenes. It's kind of a thing.
If you were an innkeep in a farming village and someone came in and said you were for 1,000 years in the future, how would you treat them?
We'd probably cut them off and say they're not getting a drink.
Exactly.
Why would you tell them that?
Yeah.
Why would you tell them that?
And also, coming into a village in the Empire using foreign coin that they have never seen before might raise some questions that we don't need right now.
Foreign travelers, they seldom have questions about coin.
Yeah, but gold is gold, and it's best not to stir the pot if we don't need to, I think.
Okay.
So are these
No pot
flying
stirring.
things still coming in?
They're some distance away.
I think we should move
unidentifiable.
toward the village.
We're in the village.
Yes, I agree.
So, do you go in the inn or go to the tower? Or what do you guys
Let's
do?
go to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
You step to the
Yeah,
inn.
now that I've
and
got coin.
The inn appears to be, well, even though it's late afternoon, does seem to have a few patrons, as a matter of fact. Probably at least,
I'm going to stay outside the inn at the moment.
at least 4, 5, or 6 patrons all stacked at all at different tables and so forth. The innkeeper or a barkeep looks up. He's a bald man with a silvery tooth smile. Pay lots of replacement. Auspicious and prosperity to you, Adventuron. Welcome to the
Greetings.
Blazing Breath. Dinner is a quarter away, but the soup and bread is still available. He points to the board with the listing. We have Lonewell Dragon Stout and Stone Oak Gold Cider. Though the cider is not made from the Baron's magic apples, sadly.
Well, greetings, goodman. Me and my fellow travelers seek lodging for the evening.
Yeah, all right. That's odd, but, not unexpected. People come
No.
here to see Cato, I suppose. You're one of them.
Indeed.
All right. See, all we got is just a common room upstairs that's still available right now. Actually, I don't even actually have any real private rooms.
I think the common room will be fine for most of us.
Right.
The common room will be fine.
Yeah, Dargle put whatever coins that Dane gave him and just put them on the bar and said, I would like soup and beer. This much. And he just puts the coins on the counter.
Maybe not that much. That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of soup.
Goose. Oh, golly. For the lot of you. So it's creamy mushroom and chestnut soup and beers for the whole round of you. All right.
Well, I
Right,
don't know
and-
what the others are going to have, but I would like beer and soup.
Fine, all right. See if you can find a table. There's a woman at the end of the bar who goes, friends by choice, drunks by necessity. She takes a pipe and sticks it in her mouth and waddles over. She has a prominent tattoo on one of her arms and leans over and goes, so, what are you here for, handsome?
Who's she talking to?
You're not really sure because one eye's sort of facing one way and the other one's this way. So
Darg will
it
take
could be
one of the
different.
coins that he put on the table for the beer and soup and slide it towards her. He understands how this works.
Oh, you're a real knight of the Emperor. And she goes, Jerome, are you going to pay a tab? I'm getting there. And she sits down, and you can find a table pretty easy. Most of the patrons appear to be obviously local farmers, and the only two that really stand out appear to be this odd couple sitting at a table, which appears to be a very thin, sort of stringy-haired human wearing robes, and a well-armed, muscular orc female, and they're just sort of glumly drinking and look a bit in their cups, though, at the moment.
Yeah, I'll go over and talk,
Lanky guy
talk
will
to
then
the
pull
old
out
lady.
some dice and toss them in. Oh, hi there. Come. Back when I was going to... I forgot what school that was. Anyway, we made these pictures of manicores out of lentils and peas when I was a kid. And I was like, I loved it. I called him Mr. Manny Corn. We didn't use corn, though. And that thing got eaten up by bull weevils. I've had many picture, but I never seen bull weevils eat up a manicore you made in summer camp.
Oh, that is quite fascinating. I made one from pasta called a manticotta corn.
That sounds great. Is it edible?
I don't know.
Someone just says, no, leader, shut up. You're just jealous because you didn't talk to that lady when she was here. Sit down and do nothing. Athos. So, but you can find a table if you want to.
It's fantastic bar atmosphere.
Siggy, did you come inside or you're still outside?
I'm still outside.
All right, I'll go outside with Siggy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and chat up the orc. Hey, is this seat taken?
So he goes, yeah. There's only 2 chairs at the table, and they're both sitting in it. They both look up at you, and she goes, "You better make yourselves at home, and remember, this table is ours."
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, you guys look pretty interesting. I thought it would, you don't look like these simple farmers here. I mean,
yeah, they're simple farmers here.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not. Yeah. There's also other tables.
But they're simple farmers, and you are not, and you're interesting, and I kind of want to know interesting people.
Just wait, you'll see how interesting it'll get. Is
that a warning?
The thin guy pulls out some dice and goes, "Hey, you want to go again?" He goes, "Oh, it's the same thing." Yeah, sure. Why not?
I guess I'll feel discouraged and saunter.
Yeah, they almost just turn their conversations between one another. We could try again. I am never dating you again. That was a mistake.
Warthog Day.
So they go about their business. They just basically don't want to talk to you.
I'll go back to my remaining companions.
All right.
As soon as Dar gets beer and soup, he likes these people. They seem very nice. Okay. They have great stories, and he will introduce himself as, "Hi, I'm Dar." He goes like, "Hi, I'm Darg. I'm from the future."
One guy goes, I'm Ogrid. The other guy goes, Athos. Woods, says the young guy.
I'm from the present.
And he goes, "We're from the present." He goes, "What about that?" He goes, "Maybe he's like that elf. She was a scholar from the Starcatcher Tower. That's far in the West Valley. He don't look like he's from the West Valley. Look at him."
No, I don't think so, but I've been to many towers.
No, maybe you've been there. It glitters like silver and moonlight. Scholars there track falling stars and things. Wolf goes, "Why is they track falling stars?" Artisans of the Emperor extract strong metals from the stars as well as bright jewels they make.
Oh, that's wonderful.
For His Majesty. I suppose.
I played a rock-throwing game with a giant.
I'm surprised there's still giants anywhere near here. He's probably talking outside the valley, probably in, somewhere near the Helm's Rim Mountains, or in the, or maybe from the Eastern Plains, Eastern Lands? But near Fangbaron? That forest is too far away.
I don't know. You'd have to ask my good friend Brains over there. He's the smart one in our group.
Yeah.
Hey, I try to be modest, but I've got a reputation with our group. I'm their leader.
Outside, for some unknown reason, I shiver.
You left the idiots to talk.
He goes, so you lead this party of Avengers.
Quiverwing should be in there.
Wizard is in there.
Quiverwing and that's not. I mean, is it?
Balor's in there. He's trying to get something.
Balor have not said a word, but I was just wondering.
I'm just watching this. Balor's like, okay.
Okay.
See what happens.
I'll go up to Brains and say, "Hey, you need anything, boss?"
Yeah, my beers have gotten a little warm. Could you think you could freshen it up for me?
Hey, bar wench, get over here and freshen up the boss.
Actually, there isn't a winch. You just see basically the barkeep has dropped. He's sort of just slid everything across the bar, and people taking their own table. So there's nobody. Okay. Then that woman comes over and goes, "I can fetch it up for you." And she'll just take the beer and go put it beside her beer and sit back at the bar.
I'm sure she'll be back soon.
Is she married?
The three men look at you as,
Oh, jeez.
not
What are
sister.
you doing?
They go, no, she's a widower. Her husband, supposedly, they fell down a well, but we just think he left.
Dog, this
makes
is not why
sense.
we're here. Please.
This is why Dog's here.
So, she's pretty single as they get.
Darg doesn't know why Darg is here.
Baylor does ask a good question. Why is Darg here? Why does Darg sit in this chair? I don't know. Soup?
Soup, I think.
Destiny?
Soup's good today.
Soup and Destiny, perhaps.
Subestiny.
Roast mutton will be better tomorrow, better later on.
I don't know Destiny. It seems
Outside,
pretty good.
you are sitting there in the courtyard. It's really just the center of town. You can see basically besides we'll call it the inn, there is a sort of larger farmer, but most of them appear to be small little huts kind of thing, like village homes. There's no specialization. Like you don't see anything. Maybe there might be a carpenter shop, but there's no blacksmith or any of that you can see. As far as craftsman wise, just appears to be there may be some professional carpenters, no tanner or anything either that you can see from here. There is the tower, of course, which dominates the whole entire town. And there is there's a well, and there's a young woman sort of drawing water out of it right now. She's doing it slowly as she's sort of just watching you two.
And the V formation of flying creatures.
A little closer.
We'll start speaking in Elfish. This all feels really wrong.
Pretty much everything after the shimmering barrier seems wrong.
I mean, I imagine that we can go speak to the wizard.
I've no doubt that he's responsible for this, of course.
Well, I mean, the way the history goes, that Cato betrayed the emperor, and the tower was destroyed by dragonfire. I worry about that V formation of creatures flying here,
and the intact tower before us.
Kind of bothers me a little bit. I don't know how Cato betrayed the emperor. Do I? Can I make a myths and legends?
You can make a myths and legend roll, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have that as well. Oh, I made mine.
I made mine by 1.
And mine by 4. So we both have a basic understanding at the very least.
The basic understanding I have is that apparently it's found as it was poisoning Elidane's court. He was sowing some lies and discord among the nobles and so forth. After all, he did have several sons that were all in line to, in due turn to ascend the throne after him. And a number of various noble houses had sort of set themselves either in the court and the house or favor of some of them. So he did sow some. It was just basically just a matter of sowing rumors and discord is all you really know. The nature of that you don't really understand,
Royal intrigues.
I don't know if this is a vision or if we're trapped in time or what's going on.
That's right. I hope to try and discover waiting out here, seeing what passes in the village, to see if anything unusual might stand out.
Well, I imagine that at some point we are going to have to see the wizard. It's the question of, do we try to do it tonight? Or do we just gather them right now?
I think we should keep going.
Leave them to investigate within the inn, and I would like to scout around the perimeter of the village. Perhaps even find some hint of where those sheep went.
Okay. Sure. As far as if you want to track the sheep, it's just basically going to be like a how to say, a hunting and fishing roll.
3. That is well within my under my 14.
Okay. So it takes a bit of time, not too long, but you're able to track down this sheep. You can see there's about it appears to be a ramp. You can see you come around the valley and around the tower actually, which is a large basalt sort of black stone tower. It's about maybe 50 feet in height or 50 meters in height. You come around the back and you can see there is and a herd of and basically like seven ewes that are running. They see you and begin springing, and then you see a dog come running, and they run through what looks like a large dung heap.
I'm glad Brains is inside.
And then something very odd happens. As they run through, they just sort of fly off. Like take flight at high speed. Oh wait, what the fuck? And that's what you see, Sig.
But does the dog do the same thing?
Yeah, because he chased them, and he's gone too. And you are there, back by the tower, behind it, by this dung heap. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the town, you are looking around somewhere else. Dane?
Yeah, I'm going through my notes and adding new ones.
Okay.
Looking at the townsfolk and the that carving. Is that you said that's on the hillside?
Yeah, you'd have to go to that to investigate that carving.
Is it a different area or close or?
It's close. You can walk to it. I can. Let me see if I can.
Right. He was going to stay close in case anybody need him, but he forgot. And
yeah,
he just wandered off.
Of course he did.
So yeah,
right.
now he's going towards the carving.
Okay. Trying to see if I can get you a decent picture of the valley. That way you guys can sort of get an idea. It's not very... Just for your reference. Visually. So if this is the valley, you can see the sort of tower. I don't know if my cursor can be seen that or not, but there's a tower.
Yeah, I can see it.
This long building is the inn. That's probably Farmer Rax's place. These are just other houses. Like really, it's only like 4 houses. That's a sort of dung heap, and this is a carving back up here on the hill. So you would sort of leave and have to go around these houses and up this way. And Siggy, you're back here right now up on this thing. As far as this shimmering thing, that's as far as you go, Siggy, you found. And that's when you start to slow down and you can't move anymore. Like basically that's...
Oh, about where were the sheep going flying
When you first
off?
saw them, they were up here. So I guess you went up this way and you found them and they just sort of hit and zoomed off.
So the dung heap, that whole thing is the dung heap? That's like bigger than the tower.
The whole thing appears to be a dung pit. Yeah, a dung heap.
Wow, these people poop a lot.
This dude shits a lot, yes. Damn it.
Looking at the dung heap and everything else, why don't you give me a beast lore roll, Sig? Since you're out there.
4. My beast lore is... Beast lore is B 11, so yeah, I made that.
After thinking about it and looking at it, it looks like that's probably not a flagpole. It's sticking out of that tower. It's some sort of like landing post. I mean, if you took like a falcon's sort of landing, but it's on a much, much larger scale.
Oh.
Ooh. I start backing up and going back towards the...
Like that could be like the landing post for, say, a dragon that's visiting or something.
I'm gonna go back to the square, I think.
And such things have not been built since the time of the Emperor. Since the time of the Dragon Riders. Anyway, so you head back. You have noticed, Dane, that they are all speaking this sort of archaic, version of your common tongue. Unlike what you encountered in the Ritter Mound, this is probably the Ritter Mound sort of tongue they spoke as far as a language mostly used probably by the nobility. So I was going to say, as far as differentiating, it's almost like they almost had a specific tongue that they spoke in their courts and so forth, and there was one that was spoken by the common folk, which is the one that's sort of remained and had been inherited by even the current local, even hundreds of years later, still remains in some part pretty much intact. But that is one thing you noticed. Do you ask anybody about the date or anything? I just want to make certain
Well, if he encounters anybody on his walk towards the carving, absolutely. He'll be using like these archaic greetings. If anyone is interested in talking, though. Yeah.
Okay. Their archaic greetings are just like "hail ho" is what you're just saying. You just say "neighbor" if you don't know the person,
or goodman if they're got a specific trade.
Goodman.
Does anybody look like they have two brain cells they could rub together?
There was the girl at the well.
Okay, well then how old is the girl at the well?
I'll say the young woman at the well.
The young woman at the okay. So he'll approaches. Hello, good woman. Greetings.
Hail ho. Avenjori. Which means it's sort of a term for adventurer.
Indeed, we are travelers from far and away.
It's only just you here.
There are others, friends and companions who have taken lodging in the tavern. We have been on the road for some time and not seen hide or hair of another person. Would you be able to tell us the date?
Yes, it says year 73 of Dragon Rise. The 61st year of the reign of the Dragon Emperor, first of his name, the Dragon Emperor Elidane, first of his name.
60 what year?
67.
67th year, yes.
How long have you? No, it's his 61st year of his reign.
61st year. Oh,
it's a 73rd year of Dragon Rise.
Of course.
How long have you been on the road? Well, you were at the end of all the edge of the empire as far as here. I suppose.
Little village. I mean, you have a prosperous wizard who lives with you, do you not?
Yes. Yes, he is. Cato the Curious does good for himself, I suppose.
Well, he has an illustrious tower.
We are a part of his fief, yeah.
Oh. Is he a good lord?
Oh, I suppose. He doesn't do anything particularly bad. I mean, he's widely recognized as being a most knowledgeable man and wizard of certain. He does like to, look inside people with all his curiosity. At least that's what they say.
Like?
I don't know. I've never been in that tower and don't plan on getting past that troll to get in there.
Oh, there's a troll.
Yeah, the doorman.
Oh. Does the wizard ever take audiences?
I don't know. I don't make a point of visiting wizards, even if they happen to be the lord of our fief.
Do people often come by the village?
No. Avenjori's like you.
When was the last time someone came through?
Well, there was an elven woman who came.
When was that?
Oh, not long. I think she left today, possibly.
Oh.
At least that's according to the old. Oh, well. That's according to Wood.
Wood?
He's a carpenter.
Oh. He lives here in the village, then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. I was about to go see the great carving on the side of the hilltop there. Is it worth it?
I'm sorry?
Is it worth seeing?
Funny thing is, I don't really record it very much. I never go out that far. Up there. No reason to, really. But yes, it's worth it. She says with a slight smile.
Well, my thanks to you, good woman.
My thanks to you, and may you find what you're looking for in your adventures. West Hale.
West Hale.
And she heads off.
All right, and he'll make notes of all this, and as he's going, think about what happened in that year, if he can remember.
That would put it about maybe 700 years ago. that was still within the reign of the Emperor.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to continue to see the carving.
Okay.
So, did we move backwards in time, or did they move forwards in time? That's the question.
That is the question. So you're heading off to the mural. Dark, you enjoy your soup and beer. Brain, you are not brought back another beer, but you're brought a cider.
Is it Dickens? Nothing.
Just say no and move on.
Just move on. Move on.
And quivering, the people in the tavern seem content enough, and happy about such things in that way.
Dargle asked Brains, so I saw you talking up that orc lady. Did you strike out?
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking for a conversation. I'm not like you, but yeah, but even for that, I struck out.
Battlefield of Love is a hard-fought war.
It is, but
maybe I should go talk to them. They seem like cheery folk.
I would.
The orcs always are cheery.
Baylor, what do you think? I mean, do you think?
What could it hurt?
Yeah, go for it.
See if this is even real.
I mean, I don't really want to talk to the farmers. They're not really that interesting to me. But
the one was telling this great story. He had this sheep that he found, and it was wandering around. But I'll tell you later on the road. Let me go see what these fine fellows are up to. And I'll saunter over to the scrawny little guy and the orc.
Baylor will follow him over just to keep an eye on him.
Well, as you get closer, they'll look up at you, almost in unison, and stop rolling the dice.
Oh, a game of chance. May I pull up a chair? I pull up a chair and put it next to it and sit down.
Oh, shit.
What game is this that you play? I'm sure one of my friends has coins to bet.
What?
It's called Five Thumbs.
Oh, fascinating. Do you play with the thumbs?
No. No. The orc just goes, sometimes. Well, back at home we did. We played with thumbs of things that got too close. Mostly goblins.
We had a jolly run-in with some of your fellows not too long ago.
Really?
Well, I mean, it didn't...
And I mean, you're not the most... Yeah, he just says, really. You say, really? Really?
And she goes, well, I mean, things may have gotten crossed a little. There was a giant spider.
You saw orcs, or you saw...
Yeah.
So goblins?
Well, orcs, right?
Really?
They look like you, except the one lady had like a thing of missing an eye, right?
Oh.
I can't remember. I drink a lot.
Really?
Hey, you said from where you're from. You're not from this town.
She goes, how is she?
Oh, I think she's dead.
Taylor's just like puts his hands in his head in his hand. He's like
waving the boner.
Hopefully she died well.
Well, it was pretty awful. I think a spider ate her.
No. She did well. She died well.
Oh.
She looks over you and goes, that's
my
nice.
My friend's not really sure what he's talking about.
It was it was a lot of things moving on, but you said from where you're from, so you're not from this town.
They're still just going on and living their lives.
I thought you were talking about the ghosts.
And doing all those things. He doesn't know.
Whoa, that's true, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, but you said you're not from this town.
The lanky guy looks up and goes, no, we're not from this town. Not that it really matters.
Oh, where are you guys from?
Out of town.
Oh, okay. How long are you staying?
He just kind of goes, And the orc just sort of puts her head in her hands and just begins to shudder and cry. just like, he's like, Oka, Yuka. Just let it go. Just, it's okay. Just. Just make yourself at home, buddy.
Well, we're just passing through.
He laughs, she cries more.
I look
Dark
over
turns
and
and looks back at Baylor. He's like,
I go, how long have you been
"What's
here in this
happening here?"
village? How long have you been here in this village?
He goes, a day.
The same day.
A day.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We will go enjoy ourselves, and we appreciate your time. It's very, very kind of you to take time
Just
to speak to
remember,
us.
this is our table.
That's fine. I have one over there. It's my table is much more superior to your little table anyway. Thank you. And he walks over and just goes, oh, the peasantry sometimes. I go, they have no essence upon them. And I go over and sit back into my soup and drink. And I grab...
Do you want to put your essence
And I
on
goes,
them?
come on, Dark. Let's just go.
Yeah, he'll stand up slowly. He's kind of looking at the crying orc. He's like, I'm very sorry that all your friends get eaten by spiders, but then the other guys were all dead down in the underground somewhere, but they got to go. They got to go away. That was nice, right? They got their spirits went free, but sorry, a lot of dead orcs. Bye. And he just leaves. He's like, sheesh, what's up with her?
I love Dark.
Leave them to
I did
their...
forget you had that banner, but we'll deal with that later, I guess.
Leave them to their issues. This, this
I've got
privacy.
I'm assuming we put that on Miserable Beast, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
Okay. That would be funny as shit. Like, where did you get that
Still
banner?
So,
You son of a bitch.
you guys go back to your table or step outside or what?
Now we'll go back to Brains is over there.
We should go find out. The others could be getting in trouble.
Yeah, Brains, are you ready to leave?
So, Dane, you guys step outside. Dane, you are headed towards the mural. Siggy, you have seen the sheep and the dog go flying off around the tower away from you. I don't know what you plan on doing after that.
I went after seeing the dragon perch and the pile of poo, which is presumably below the dragon perch. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to the square, the square to the inn entrance to see if Dane has returned.
Okay, you head back there. You don't immediately see him. The rest of you, with the exception of Quiverwing, are you staying inside?
Yes.
Okay. The rest of you are stepping outside, and for Valor, Darg, and Brains, and Siggy, you see it.
The dragons.
Moving at ridiculously high velocity, flying over the hill. Come. 7 ewes.
I just yell sheep.
Oh, God.
And with hypervelocity speed, they impact into the dragon prison. Exploding into the
Who would come up with this? Is there like guts and everything?
Everybody just sort of those inside come rushing out. Everyone's got and there's just blood and gore spilling out everywhere across the cobblestones.
I have to ask, is this something normal that happens here? I look at the
And
bar
people are
patrons.
everyone seems to obviously not be acting like normal. The only, give me I don't know what they have in this game. Awareness.
Awareness.
Awareness. Give me awareness since you looking around there.
Yeah, I'll give them awareness.
Everyone looks panicked and terrified and just completely.
Holy shit! I made my awareness by
the
2.
fact that there is these animals came flying in and just impacted, except for the 2 at the table. In the back, there's 2 at the table. They just sort of. They look so. They actually. The guy, he just sort of starts laughing and then starts crying, and she's crying some more.
Oh, God damn it! This is silly. Baylor's gonna walk back
Almost
over to
the
the
entire
table.
town, which is not very many people. I mean, I guess maybe like 15, 20, are all in the square, sort of, just looking and making all these exclamations, pointing the dogs and everything else.
Baylor's gonna walk into them right up to him.
Dane, you heard this sort of like kick in the distance, and then you are the first to see it. It is almost like you
Fucking flying shit.
It's like, when suddenly a helicopter sort of banks over a building. You see them.
I'm shouting for Baylor.
You're shouting for Baylor, and the dragons crest over the buildings with riders.
Ooh.
And then immediately, there's the sparking of fire in their mouths, and they open up a hellstorm upon the entire square, the village and all. There is a consuming fire that burns and rapaciously destroys everything it contacts, including the air, the townspeople, and you. As your flesh burns away, your bones break, and the valley is filled with fire.
As I how dare you? How dare you touch my essence?
Okay.
That's how we end the adventure.
All right.
So
Dragonbane,
Dane witnesses is this.
No, they just sort of move around. There's one, some come behind you. They come blasting down. And Dane, you're running. Do you run?
Well, like I'm up on the hill outside the village,
you
right?
run because they're moving there too. They seem
Oh,
to
they're coming
cresting over all the basically they're just cresting in over all.
Oh, I thought they flew over me.
Some flew. No, they just flew in to the valley across. Yeah, and then there's one rider who's wearing gold chain points, and his dragon turns ahead and fires for you, igniting the entire field and everything in it, including your books, your candles, and your flesh. Cool.
So I'm ready to play Magic.
All right, join us next week for
my new character. Dark 2.0 will be debuted.
And under that horrible hellfire, I'm afraid that all of you and everyone in Black Ridge dies, as far as you can tell, before you die.
You could have just said you were tired of the game.
Listen, we've been making some good rolls. It's about time. It's about time.
I didn't know you liked Coriolis as much.
Hey, Chris, this is the hook. We're the Dragon Riders now.
Yes!
Ooh.
Not true.
And yeah.
So that's the cliffhanger? We're all dead?
I think so.
Well, how do we kill the other 45 minutes of the show,
I
guys?
think it really
Join
would
us
be-
next week when we
it's more
find
of a-
out
It's
what
more
our
of a cliff
fate is.
jumper at that point.
Having passed through the shimmering barrier, you find yourselves at the edge of a village. A flock of sheep ambles around a bit further
Jesus,
away.
yes.
A simple path is laid towards the village, which consists of a few modest houses centered around a tall black tower.
Baylor starts running
On
to
the
the
other
end.
side of the village,
And I go back shouting, Baylor! Well, wait, fuck.
Fuck this! I'm talking to those two assholes.
so you run.
Yes.
You have to pay extra for that.
What do the rest of you do?
Run away.
Darg is still screaming.
I'm going to run away, but in the opposite direction of Baylor.
Which way do you run, Quiverwing?
Away from Baylor.
Okay, he's running towards the village.
Yeah, I'm running away from the village.
So you're running to the barrier.
You're running through the barrier.
Yeah.
And you once again see the elven woman leading her donkey. She does look back with tears in her eyes and then turn away. And you hit that same Sargasso-like amber feel as you slow down and stop moving.
I checked the notes in my book, the ones I made when we entered the barrier yesterday.
There are no notes in that.
Oh,
book.
God damn it.
Actually, I'm not sure. Nope, there are no notes in that book. Only the notes you have is before you enter the barrier.
Do we know
And
we're
you
back?
know, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we know
You
we're back.
remembered everything that just
okay.
happened. You just, everything you did not.
So I go, Baylor, and I grab Dane. I mean, shit, Dane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taylor's just running straight to
Yes.
the back towards the end. You see a farmer walking towards you. Hey, ho, neighbor!
And-
Get the fuck out of
I
my
hope
way.
you-
Knock him over. Just knock him over and keep running.
I turn to
You're
the
going to
farmer.
be dead soon. And I keep
I turn to
running.
the farmer. They go, they're behind the tower. Dane.
Yes.
Oh, what?
You experienced it as well, huh?
You saw the dragons then.
Wait, did you take off?
Hey,
I
guys,
felt the dragons.
we all
No.
died, right? Yeah,
I think I can still smell it.
Baylor took off.
Baylor took
What
off.
did you? Dane, you do remain there?
I'm just talking to Siggy.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed Dane so he couldn't go anywhere.
Towards the barrier.
Yeah, I want to make it as hard for the dragons as possible to kill us the next time.
Okay. Darg, yeah, you're still there.
It took me a minute to scream, finish, look around. Like he's like,
Brain.
I had a stroke.
That sucked. I don't want to do that again. Let's.
Well, that answers one of my questions.
How do we get out of here?
Actually, several questions. One, how does it feel to be incinerated by dragonfire? I mean, that wasn't my primary question.
How did you even come up with that to begin with?
Yeah, why do you want to know?
I don't know if you know this. My brain doesn't work right.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Contagious. And I look at brains.
It's okay, though. I mean, I like you for who you are.
I appreciate that. But the other question is,
I don't.
did we go back in time?
Puts her lyre away and just starts running after DeBaylor.
And why hasn't has this village stayed the same or moved on? I, with the evidence I have, say right now that it's kind of in a loop.
I could learn how to play the lute. I should stop and just start playing the lute every time, just die a few times.
So,
do you then? He'll look over at Dane. Then, as I understand this, if I can wrap my brain around this, you should still have those coins in your purse that I spent for
in your brain.
They should still be there.
I do.
Wait.
And by my assumption on time, I can still get soup and beer.
Okay. I'm done talking to you. Quiverwing.
Yeah.
Quiverwing.
I think Quiverwing is the key here because I heard this old story about something like this happening, and all it took was someone like Quiverwing to stop being an asshole.
What did I do?
And then they get out of the loop.
I thought we had a group discussion that we don't call the person who can blow people up with balls of fire
He's over there.
an asshole
he can't hear
out
us.
loud again.
It's lightning. It's not fire, dumbass.
Slow time.
Of course, it's like
dumbass.
We need magical help.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. But, well, I mean, I'm not going to be able to take on dragons. I mean, that's dumb.
No, but maybe the wizard in the tower could help.
Okay, yeah, I did bring some cake. So let's go talk to the wizard.
I have an hypothesis.
What's your hypothesis?
Do you need help having it removed?
That's a hypotenuse.
Okay.
Let us go to the village. Where were you, Dane, when the dragons befell us?
I was walking up the hill towards the carving on the side of the mountain.
So we had the misfortune of seeing a flight of sheep run full tilt into the side of the inn.
That seems odd.
I think the oddest part of that is the whole flight of sheep part, but you're missing that portion, I believe.
Well, I assumed that was some kind of colloquial term for a flock.
No, it was sheep flying through the air, smashing into a wall.
Do sheep usually fly where you're from?
Not where I'm from, no.
No, neither in mine. So how did they get propelled through the air?
So when I separated to look for the sheep initially, they were being chased by a dog behind the tower. And as soon as I came around the tower, they took flight and vanished from my sight.
They're flying sheep here in the past?
That
This
seems
is a puzzle
strange.
I would like to try and solve.
You mean that sheep don't fly where you come from?
Did they step in a magical glyph? Did a wizard cast a spell on them? Was there a glimmer in the air?
There was a lot of dragon shit.
Well, if we remember what happened with the barrier and dragon shit once before, and dragon shit propels things through the barrier at high speeds.
We just have to cover ourselves in dragon shit. We can fly out of here.
Well, or
That
you
is a
get
step
splattered.
beyond of what my hypothesis was, but sure. You can cover yourself in dragon shit.
Also is not my hypothesis, but
Where was this pile of magic poo?
Beneath the tower with the dragon perch.
which is guarded by a troll.
Is it?
It is.
There's a troll here?
There is.
The troll guards the shit. There was no troll I saw when I just wanted to witness the sheep.
You saw no shit. You saw no.
Well, the troll might not guard the shit, but the troll guards the tower, according to one of the villagers.
I did not speak to the villagers, so I know nothing of the troll, but I would be curious as to see.
I will tell you that it is currently year 73 of the Dragon Empire, 61st year of the Dragon Empire, our Emperor.
Yes, this is the year 73 of Dragon Rise, the 61st year of the Dragon Emperor's Eladane, first of his name's rule.
So we are most definitely in the past.
Wasn't there somebody in the tower we're supposed to see?
Yes, we are supposed to see the wizard in the tower. Cato the Curious.
I think that still is a good idea.
Well, possibly.
Well, regardless, I think we must go to the tower to have some questions answered.
And cover ourselves in shit.
You do what makes you happy, dog.
I don't cast aspersions on people, so.
Yeah.
So what the kids are calling them now? Aspersions?
Hypotenuse.
We are absolutely going to rely on your magical knowledge here. So if we talk to this wizard, maybe you can parlay on equal terms. I don't know.
Although the idea of covering Darg in shit and throwing him through the barrier sounds delightful.
I mean, we saw how well it worked out for the sheep.
Beller?
Ooh, fair point.
Yes.
You have reached the town center first, so you were able to see that orc and the skinny guy come from around the, come down to the square and walk straight in the inn.
Stop! You will stop and speak to me. I demand you to stop and speak. You know exactly what the hell's going on
pause,
here.
but when you said demand, they just go right inside.
Oh, you fucking pricks! How dare you make me change you, you freaking lesser beings? And I just run it after him.
Okay.
And I run it around and sit at their fucking table.
Okay. You're running there. Run to the bar. You run to the bar?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go sit at their fucking table.
Right.
Fuck them.
Friends by choice, drunk by necessity.
I got it. Push them over, go over and sit at the board.
She says, oh, God damn it, okay.
You're all about to die. And then I sit down at the fucking, at their table, put
So
my
we hear
legs.
the screaming?
Oh, yeah.
You do hear some screaming, just, yeah. But they actually haven't quite sat down because they're getting their drinks from the bar, but they do get, I mean, he gives you a dirty look when he sees you sitting at his table. He goes, I told you that was our table.
Not now, it's not. Now to answer some questions for me, because we only got a few minutes till we die again anyway, right?
They get their drinks, and he goes, oh, another bottle for you and your glasses. Enjoy. Thank you. They walk up. Strange coin. Yes, I know they're strange coins. They walk up. and they go back at the table, and she looks at you. The orc woman looks at you and goes, well, at least pull up your own chair.
Oh, I'll let you have it. You're a lady. And I sit up and I give her the chair.
She looks at him and goes, see?
I'm sorry. What I just saw was insane. This is obviously a reoccurring sort of theme here, where we die and we come back in from the point we started. Right? Am I wrong? Have you been to the tower? Have you tried to figure it out?
God, jeez.
We have a wizard with us. We have scholars with us. We could work together. Though it was pretty spectacular.
They look at each other. Well, you can try and give me like a,
I am Balor Banefire. We have defeated a giant. We have investigated many things, and we can overcome this. I'll make a, what is the roll?
You can make a persuasion or bluffing. I don't know how you want to do this.
Oh,
try and get them to give up.
Do you believe what you're saying?
Yeah, I do. I do. Problem is, my skills are fucking super low.
Awesome.
Holy shit! I rolled a 2, and my skills are 4. So I go, please, at least talk to us. I'm not asking you, but if we share knowledge, the worst that can happen is we succeed and you're freed. I cannot abide this place. There's no smithy. I'm unsettled by this. It has been weeks since I've had a chance to get it as an artisan.
She goes, look, there's no way to... There's no way to escape. There's no way to find a resolution.
Resolution to what? The destruction of the village? Or
fuck this village.
Well, who's the elven woman that we see leaving? I mean, that would be a good start.
The other guy goes, I don't know. I think she was a patron here before the bubble.
But we have the bow.
She's just an echo.
But we have the bow. The bow she carries, one of my patrons has.
I don't know about her bow. She was just described to by one of the patrons. I never actually saw her.
We see she was carrying the same bow my friend found in treasure we recovered from one of the towers.
Well, I'm happy your friend has seen her grandmother's bow or whatever.
No, it's nothing like that. This changes everything. You have to try, or what? You're going to keep watching this and then go mad?
Look here. I mean, she goes, I was sent here on a Pacific mission, and of course...
What mission? Looking for a fragment of something, perhaps?
Her eyes narrow a little bit. Yes, I was sent by Maladoc, our chieftain. She sent me to find a piece of the Dragon Emperor statuette.
Yes.
To which the other guy goes, as was I. And, we did the usual, working on opposite sides, fought, killing each other, always dying still. Didn't matter who killed each other. We couldn't get up to the tower to get through that time bubble. By the time they usually get incinerated by the time before we reach the top of the stairs. Every single time. And after a while, you stop killing and, we tried some other things. We did date for a while. It was kind of stormy, is what the orc says. And that was, we're pretty glad that's over. Most times. God, yes, we're glad that's over. And now we just drink and wait for the fire to burn us up. Play dice.
Well,
look.
So you can't get to the top of the tower to see this
Not
wizard.
in time. I've tried it. We've tried it a dozen times. We've even worked together to do that.
Somebody could move faster, like speed-wise, could magically enhance themselves to reach the top of the tower, like somebody in my party. You don't know our capabilities.
To a field, Dark smearing poo on his face. No, sorry.
But we have nothing, we're going to die again. There's no way we'd have time to do this, but we can start planning. Because we remember what we did.
Yeah, you remember being burned.
Yes, but we can get to the top of the tower.
It was painful.
It's this first time is shocking, but then it just becomes the way your day is.
Much hotter than the forge, I must admit.
I
think I'm just going to sit in here because the explosion will take me out before the fire will.
That's what we figured out, and if you're full of liquor, you just sort of go up faster.
Oh, of course. Excuse me, can I get 3 more of those? And I just walk up and get them and start drinking with them and commiserating and saying, "This is terrible. I must assist you. We must get you out."
I was gonna go somewhere. I was gonna get a place. I was gonna beat fucking Alger. She was over stuck in some stupid cave looking for an oracle. I was gonna come here, get that statue, and then I don't do it. But here I'm stuck in this time. Well, what do you call it? Time is loop. Well,
we're going to get you out of here. The goal now is to escape, but the only way we can do that is get to the top of the tower. That's our advantage. We know what's going to happen when it's going to happen. And if we start talking to everybody, you have something we don't. You have knowledge. You know where to go and what we're facing. He goes, and realistically speaking, since we're going to, we can overcome the obstacles while others of our party advance to get to the tower. Maybe find a solution.
I'm not having sex with you right now.
With me?
Give it a couple months. Just give it a couple months.
Oh, my dear.
Maybe I'll soften up.
I do have standards. I have standards, so you have to work your way into that. I understand I'm very sexy.
I have standards.
Yeah, but you're this sort of putting it off, make it look like you don't want me, surely is a way to get down to experience the essence of my character. So we keep bantering, and so Baylor, I'm just gonna say now, figures he's stuck. Now, if Corinne comes in and wants to join, that's great, but he knows there's not much time. There's not enough time to get to the party and tell him what's happened. So he's going to sit there and drink and wait for you.
Is a bit disappointed when she sees you at the table. Like, damn it.
Kieran, come here. We only have a short period of time. These people, good people, have been here, and they have insight into, where we need to go, and they're willing to try. We just have to work with them and use our goals.
She goes,
"What, me?
Yeah."
To Kieran?
She's like,
"Oh, fine." I go over to Kieran. Just excuse me. I'm so sorry. Here, have this drink. And I go.
I can't drink with Nightkin.
You don't have to drink with Nightkin. We need them to get out. You need to get.
I mean, look at you. You're sitting at a table with a Nightkin and a guy who's probably a part of that cult. Look at him. He's wearing dark robes and has greasy hair. He looks a bit.
What's the name of the cult?
Sathmog.
Cult of Sathmog.
And they're the ones that want the Dragon Kings back, right?
No, they want to bring their demon lord to the Dragon King bit.
Oh, by the way, I look over my shoulder. You guys aren't in the Sathmog, are you?
The orc just sort of goes. The orc spits and points to him.
Of course.
Don't bother. I've killed him a dozen times.
What, the Sathmog guy? Okay.
Yeah, he goes. It was a road. It was a path to. Look, it was working when it was working, but
now it's not. Okay.
Now it's not. I'm here. You're here. We're here.
So you're not in the Sathmog anymore. Perfect. So this is excellent. So we're going to work this out, and we're going to work together and make this. Wait a minute. Is that the sheep? Start listening to the dog and the sheep going.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're almost out of time. We'll catch up.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
You were at the edge of the village. I mean, at the barrier, you guys were discussing that you've done a time loop. Where do you want to head first?
Poop.
I guess we're going to the poop.
Okay.
I just want, yeah. Yes, we're going.
Let's head that direction. Let's head into the
Dark's going to go to the magic poop and see if he can fly out of here with like the sheep did.
I wanted to see the sheep go through it first to see if that was what did it or whether there was something else involved. But sure, that stands to reason that the poop would make.
I was going to go see my friend Baylor, but the idea of watching a flying dog just took over that idea.
It's hard to miss, isn't it?
If you smash into the inn, can I have your stuff?
Sure.
I hope that doesn't happen, by the way.
I don't really have much, but sure.
Yeah, let's go investigate the poop.
He'll turn the semi-seriously. He's like, okay, Siggy, walk me through it. How did it happen?
You can
Where
walk
did you
through
track
it
him?
all on your own.
Walk you through it.
Okay.
Walk me through the poop.
I wasn't sure what we were doing there. I was like,
That's interesting, right?
well, what?
All right,
catch.
so he'll.
So we round, I guess, the edge of the tower. I'm guessing keeping an eye out for a troll, but
Okay.
going to wherever the perch is.
All right, so on the east side of the tower, under a protruding bar at the top, is a large heap of stinking sludge. The smell is so pungent that it makes your eyes water, and all vegetation near this dung heap is reduced to a putrid slime.
We've been with Darg and Brains for 2 weeks now. I think we're fine.
It can't smell that much worse than after a few turnips have been fed to miserable beast.
You were also the one washing the loincloth of the incontinent giant.
That's right.
Well, I was going to dip an arrow into the poop.
Dane sits on the hillside and
You're
starts
looking to
making
give
notes.
somebody pink eye again?
Bowel, ballista, question mark.
Yes.
Trebuturd, question mark.
I just wanted to test.
Name of the episode: Trebuturd. Yeah. So Darg will just
Or
I think.
Turduchet.
Good one, Ziggy.
Trebuchet.
The rest of the episode is just going to be
Darg will
Trebuchet shit jokes.
saunter over and because he said that the pigs ran through it and then took off, so he's just going to try to take a running start, and he's going to try to run through the poop.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I was just dipping an arrow in it. I'm getting ready to launch this when this happens.
So you're going to run through the highly alkaline substance has corrosive effect on the landscape around you. Okay.
Well, it didn't burn the sheep, right? They just flew, right? Or
did it really matter?
You didn't really give us a chance to watch.
Right?
You didn't really get to watch. They kind of took off pretty fast. The next thing you know, they were high speed impact against the side of the
That's funny.
the dragon's back in.
Yeah,
So-
he'll just try.
Now I hope it's something else.
He's gonna run through just some of it, try to get some on his boots, see if it gives him super speed or flight.
Or falls. It's the resistance makes him fall face first into it, which is what I'm hoping for.
Okay. You're just getting up to your knees or something in it. It tingles, but you don't really notice anything.
Ooh, Siggy, bowel ballista.
Do you smear it all over
good
yourself, or do you just get out of it?
Bowelista. I guess it wasn't all over the sheep. It was just on their feet.
Well,
right?
it kind of was all over because it's pretty deep, and they kind of got all over them as well.
Got a kind of method act here. So
'cause they ran in, and sort of got covered in.
yeah, Darg will start to put some on him.
Matt, just draw on your experience of changing diapers. And
That's right.
Oddly, it's
This is
not
pretty
very
bad.
cold, despite the cold winter. Beside the cool winter, it seems almost slightly warm. As if it still contains the warmth and fire of the dragons that shit it a while ago. And you smear it all over your body, this pungent and vile thing.
Ugh.
And the world slows down.
And then I shoot the
world?
arrow.
Yep, everything around you looks like it's moving slow. For the rest of you watching him, he is suddenly like... So
Holy
you
crap,
hear-
it worked.
You're in the end.
You're in there. Shut up.
I just wanted to say that's out of character. That's like fucking
Yes.
amazing.
Holy crap. No pun intended.
So
Yes.
Darg will turn around and be like, "Well, did it work? Am I faster or how's
I
it?"
mean, they seem to be moving very slow.
Huh. Strange. He says the magic seems to have made everybody else slowed. Let me see. So I'll try to walk. I'll try to walk a little. Try to
You
try to.
you just zip out of that. It's easily you can easily get out of the dunk pit over to them. For you guys,
Is there a small is there like a little shed or something near the dung pit or anything?
no, you're just there's the tower.
There's the wall
just
of the tower.
Just the tower.
All right, can I try to climb the tower wall a little bit?
Sure, you can give me an athletics. I mean, what is it called in
Is
this
it-
game? Malcolm is
what is it?
forgotten all
Because
my-
it's not. I have acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Those acrobatics, kind of everything. All right. Well, I have a 13 in acrobatics. That's not a. 16.
push it.
Oh,
So we see these weird shit smears on the wall.
You can't see. He's moving really fast. He sort of zips to you, and then it falls off the tower. Landing back in the shit.
Well, hold on. I think I'm gonna push. So what is it? You get? I have to mark a thing, right?
Yeah.
gotta
Exhausted,
take a
sickly,
condition.
dazed, angry, scared, or disheartened.
So I think he starts climbing it, and it's really slippery.
I want to know why what particular I'm just curious as far as like what
he's starting to
particular
climb, and
condition you're taking on.
he's sliding down. He's starting to get angry because he's trying to climb, but he can't get a hold on it. And he's like, "Ugh, the stupid dragon poo." And
Go ahead.
all right, so I marked
Everyone else
angry.
there can give me just an awareness roll, I guess.
Oh, and I failed on my second one. I got a 14.
This is awesome. Dark is
I
element.
succeeded my
I mean,
I
yes,
succeeded my awareness.
I got a 4.
Okay. I mean, you do see the enthusiasm and the shit smears that sort of pull up and him flying down. Goes back up again. You guys realize you only see an arrow slit. It's the only you don't see windows. There's just in this basalt tower there is an arrow slit on this side. You're like,
Maybe you can go into poop mode and slide through the arrow slit. I don't know.
no, you're thinking the widest part is what you can see here. Like, he might be able to get up there, but there's no way to get in. Just
So
Well,
this is
should we
good.
leave it
Probably
into it
good
then?
that he fell because he wasn't trying to get in the tower. He was trying to climb to a height to see if he could fly. So it's probably good he failed.
Yeah.
Oh God, it is good you failed.
So,
All right, so he's angry. He just kind of sits. He's like, "Oh, this is dumb, stupid poop." And I'm going to go to the bar and get a drink. And he just kind of starts wandering over towards the bar.
I cannot wait to see this.
you follow him to the bar, but you zip over to the bar at
Mach 5.
At Mach 5.
Town's is getting smaller.
Does he leave a trail?
At first, yes,
an odorous
he
one,
does.
sure.
Yes, he does leave an odorous trail, and as soon as before he even steps in, there's the girl at the well drops her bucket and just sort of like, oh no, and just leaves. So goes somewhere about the and you step at the door and it's like the whole entire everybody, including your friends, companions, stop and turn and look, and it's like the bartender goes, "Oh no, you're not coming in here."
Kieran, do you see this?
You're not coming in here. It's just like, I smell it.
It's dog. He put poop. Why did you put poop on yourself, dog?
Look, I know
He's
you're talking
so
really
fast.
slow.
Everyone's talking really slow.
But
It's just,
I'll look right at Baylor.
Kieran,
and go,
look. What is this?
It works.
What worked? I ran off. You
what?
You got shit all over yourself. The poop. What?
And then he'll turn and go out to the well.
Okay, you head out towards the well.
So take her bucket of water and start washing off.
Okay, yeah, she just drops and left. So you guys are sitting by the east side of the tower. He just zipped off. I mean, literally, like speed off to the...
So I look at the other two and I go, as you see, we now have a method for high speed. We can actually succeed.
Are you trying to rhyme?
Not intentionally, no.
It's about time.
I wish I could use the Benny
I'll tell you
Hill
what.
theme.
I'm going to try and get them over here quickly. You meet us at the edge of the village when we all die again.
Wait.
And we will try again.
Well, the orc warrior, she seems a bit obviously skeptical. They both seem skeptical, seeing a man moving really fast cover shit and not really knowing how to take that in. But they do listen.
Listen, everything else here is nuts. If that works, we can be free of this place. Or you can sit here and just lose your mind slowly as you die again and again and again.
And she immediately stands up, drawing a sword, swings at the other guy.
What was that for?
Because now someone can win. Right? Like, you've reset them.
But she just does it over his head and then puts it away.
Oh.
He's got to succeed first. He goes, look, I mean, I thought we had something special. It was about as special as a rash. But it was good.
Just listen. We don't need to talk about your personal
Might have
affairs.
actually been
We
a
must
rash.
work
It was a
together.
rash.
And I'm looking. So he walks to the door, looks over his shoulder for them sheep. We are running out of time. Dog, did you smear poop on yourself? I yelled. And it worked, you said?
He's like taking a bucket
Why?
of water. He's like, yes. Poop.
Well, no, you're not. He's
I'm not.
It's taking a while for him to get to that door. You've gotten in the bucket, and you're in bucket 3 by the time he steps out.
I don't think I'm going to make it before the dragon gets there.
So the rest of you've seen the pile of dung. You've seen Darg work at it. You, in theory, should have some time since the sheep aren't here yet.
So we don't have much time
No,
left.
you have time, but what do
Okay.
you want to do? You have. As I
So
said,
So Siggy, you mentioned an idea.
Well, the
think
idea
it's- I
was
think it's a good one.
superseded by Darg covering himself in shit.
I'd still like to try that idea. So I'm going to take another one of those wood arrows and go down to the trail that Darg left.
That's what. Yes.
And dip that arrow pointing some, keeping it well away from me.
Write a note for the wizard.
I was actually going to head for the barrier.
Yes, right. Not the wizard. The duck. The mallard. Outside the barrier.
Okay, so let me just once again give you an idea of the.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to message in a bottle. You're going to try to send a message through the barrier to the duck that you guys saw coming in.
Well, I want to see. Yeah, I want to see if the dragon dung will make the arrow go through the barrier. Since everything slows down going out, and this thing keeps speed stuff up. If I shoot it through the barrier.
Okay, so let me just show you where you are.
Right. Well, didn't you guys find
you guys are over
petrified
here.
dragon poop on the outside of the barrier?
He had dragon poop outside the barrier.
He had it. Okay.
So you guys are over here.
Right.
And he is down here at the bottom. At least that's where the side of the barrier is. South.
Do I think I can do I think I can roughly make it there in time? If I run.
You could try running.
I'll try running.
Or I'm just going to scribble a note on the arrow and shoot from here.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I just want to see if I can get it through the barrier.
Okay, so you fire the arrow from where you are. You run the arrow. You're running the arrow down the thing. The arrow, the barrier is too far away for you to really see that. I'm serious. I'm sorry. It is. Fine. Yeah, you just shoot it.
I just want to see if the arrow goes flying at a faster rate than a regular arrow would not seem to otherwise.
I think it. I think it sort of does. It sort of. It takes off faster, but it catches fire.
Wow.
And Dane, you are running it there, and you are almost at the barrier.
Do I hear it?
Oh, you can already hear the dragons.
Then I fire.
Okay.
I'll wait till I think that I can spare the last second, and then that's when I fire.
Baylor, you ask him about the dung. He seems to answer, but Darg, you finish rinsing off, and then you can hear him, and he says, "Does the dung work?"
I think the dung made me very fast, but I didn't fly.
And then suddenly you, and the sheep come flying in at high speed.
Well, here we go again.
And then the dog following, and everybody comes outside. There is the cacophony of "Oh my God!" and then the dragon roar, and then fire.
I just give him the finger. I hate you.
Burn the village and swarm around, burning every inch of the whole entire valley, finding anyone and everything that is consumed by the fire of the dragons. And there are dozens of dragon riders.
Is there more than last time?
No, you guys just okay. They're just more. They're spread out throughout the whole entire valley. They're basically just sort of spiraling in. They sort of broke their feet and then spiraled in to burn everything, and the tower goes up.
So when we wake up,
you're back at the barrier.
The first words out of my mouth are going to be, "Please don't let the shit be the answer. Let us find another way."
At all.
I'm voting for the technocracy, honestly.
You know what? A virtual technology like an Alpha.
No, I kind of want the sex robots to take over.
Technocracy?
Yeah, totally. Team sex robots.
Yeah, team sex robots. We should get shirt. You know what? That's the merch we need.
Yes.
Team TEAM.
Team.
Okay.
With an M.
I actually heard team. I didn't hear teen. I heard team. Yeah. There's nothing dirty going on.
I don't know
here.
what you're saying, Sean. I
heard team.
You're still saying it. I'm not sure which way you're saying it. So.
I'm saying team. TEAM.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And now the thunderstorm decides to roll through. Hooray!
Are we doing rolls?
We're gonna do our-
do you guys do them after every session? I don't remember.
We try to
Usually.
I think it's been a while, so I think it's probably a good idea if we do our experience.
Yeah.
Okay. And just let me know when you guys are ready. I'll give you your questions, and then we'll get this going.
I'm ready.
All right.
We're ready.
Did you participate in the game session?
Yes.
Yay!
Did you explore a new location?
Yes.
Yes.
Twice. Same one.
Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries?
No.
No.
Did you overcome an obstacle without using force?
I think so.
Not yet.
I mean, does diving into poop count?
I think the diving into poop account, but definitely the persuasion roll to get them to tell you
Yes.
something will definitely work for you, Sean.
Oh, so the
cool.
poop
Thank you.
does count as a okay.
For
All
me,
right,
it
I'll
does
take
because I have a 4 skill, and it was a miracle I convinced him.
And you did find the sheep the first time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I did find the sheep.
Yep. There you go.
And well, I found out that those people were speaking from ancient dialect.
That's true.
That's very good.
Okay. And did you give in to your weakness? Yes.
Oh, of course.
Didn't get the chance.
I did.
Yes, you
I
did.
did sort of, but not
I'm the leader.
Not the way I usually do.
I didn't.
So.
Quivering, give it. Dark, you did give in to your weakness. Isn't that your
No,
weakness?
mine's gullible. So no one tricked me. Yeah, I'm just an idiot. I mean, but no one. Yeah, he didn't. No one tried to bamboozle him.
Okay,
so,
that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So based on those, we can, how much your tally was, let's go ahead and go through some rolls.
And I got a dragon on or a demon or whatever the 20 is when I rolled awareness the first time.
Demon.
So I get to roll for awareness.
Yes.
As a fourth one.
Or who's going first?
Figures.
I'll go first.
Good.
I'm going to start with the skill that I need to raise, which is persuasion. I got a 4 in it, and I rolled an 8. That goes up to 5. I'm going to roll for evade because I figure I was trying to run for the fire. 13, and my evade is 9, so that works. Be right with you. And I'm going to roll for spot hidden, which I have a 13. I rolled a 17. God damn, that's good.
Hey, what an
Yeah, I know.
uncharacteristically Sean Knight. That's-
Yeah.
And I rolled a demon for my. I'm going to use it for bluffing.
Well, what'd you roll the
I'm trying to
demon
use
on?
it for skills I use, so I figured combination of that.
Well, you
or
have to roll
awareness.
those-
I use it for awareness.
Where'd you get the demon on? Because you have to
No,
roll
I got
for
the
that
demon
skill.
on the roll for my skill.
During the game.
To
did.
upgrade
Skill.
Up my skill.
Yeah, he rolled a
So-
20.
I rolled 20 for my skill.
Okay.
So it went
okay.
up.
You go ahead and
to,
get ready. I'll be up in a minute.
8.
Oh, does that give you like another?
No, it
chance
doesn't.
or something?
And
Doesn't
I'll
have
take
a
care of the
loader.
TV stuff.
All right. I got to jump off, guys,
All right.
but I'll
All right, take it easy.
download
Sean, I'll
it
talk
later.
to you tomorrow night.
All right. Take care.
Take care, Sean.
All right.
Bye.
I'll go if no one minds.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I'll first roll that awareness one that I got the demon on. So I have a 5 in the skill. I rolled a 13, so that goes up to 6. Awareness. And then I'm going to say he did persuasion because he talked to people. So that's one of his 3. I have a 12. I got a 5, so nothing. He did, let's say, bartering for, although poorly with the money. He's got a 6 in that. And I rolled an 11, so that goes to 7. And I guess athletic. I did an acrobatics roll, which I failed miserably. So I will roll acrobatics. I have a 13. And I got an 11, so nothing. So those are mine. I just went up in awareness and bartering.
I do want to make note that you still have that condition, even though times
Yep.
start over again.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so still angry,
You're angry,
about.
yeah.
Okay. Angry, dark would
I
make me when I'm
updated
angry.
your character sheet as well.
I'd totally be angry if I were
All right,
you.
who's next?
Why'd you go, Nathan?
All right. I've only got 3, so I'm going to do evade. I've got a 15 right now. And roll 14. And hammers, I've got a 9. And roll 12, so that goes up to 10. And then I'm going to try for, I've got 17 on sneaking. I'm going to try to get that magic 18. I rolled 9.
Ooh.
I have not.
When we get downtime, I can teach your character hammers. Raise a point.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yep.
That's the only one I have that's 15.
All right.
I think you have to have a 15 to teach.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. So I'm all done.
Okay, that's yours.
Yep.
Quiverwing.
Let's see, I have only 3 to roll. I'm going to do a evade because I'm trying to run away from dragons. I have it at 13. I rolled an 11. I'm going to try to roll persuasion. I have it at 6, and I rolled a 1. And crafting, why not? Have to make new cake. I have it at 6, rolled an 8, so crafting went up.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
All right. I guess I'll go. I've got 3, so I am going to try swords. I've got an 11. And I rolled a 12. Nice. That goes up to 12. Excellent. I am going to try to raise sneaking. I have it at a 12.
Sneakins?
And I rolled a 14. Make sure with my old eyes. What do your old eyes see? Blurs, really. And I will try bluffing. I have it at a 13. And I rolled a 15. Sweet.
Okay.
That's a good week.
That's a good week.
Nice.
So I'm going to go with hunting and fishing, which I have at a 14. I rolled a 10, so that's no good. Do knives, which I have at 17. I rolled a 10, so that's no good. It's going swimmingly. I'll do awareness, which is 16. And I got a 7, so nothing for me this week.
Womp womp.
Yep.
Remind me, next, well, you have gone through one, so you just did your second cycle. But Dane, or actually anyone can make I think it's a myth and knowledge or...
I mean, you want one now?
No. I'm just
okay.
Next week.
Do next week. We'll need to do a. I guess it's going to be myths and legends. It's a matter of just being able to sort of figure out. It's just as far as how the Dragon Empire measured days and time, so you guys can figure out how much time you actually have before it goes and where you need to be.
They counted time in sheep.
Well, I mean, it's a matter of hours. It's not a matter of days, right?
They counted sheep.
Yeah, it's a matter of almost like an hour. I think, if I remember correctly.
Well, Nathan, you said this was episode 31?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to stop my recording.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and stop the recordings.
Yep. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Matt, the co-host of the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers podcast, and you've been listening to our latest actual play, Mirth, Magic, and Mayhem, using the Dragonbane TTRPG from Free League Publishing, based on the classic Swedish role-playing game Drakar Demoner. If you like what you hear, please follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and anywhere else you find podcasts. We also really appreciate feedback and chatting with folks, so feel free to tweet us, comment on our YouTube, or leave us a review so we can reach even more people. You can also visit our website at www.theaarpgs.com, where you can read more about the cast, listen to old episodes, and even shop our store for cool Geek Chic merchandise. This story features Malcolm and Nathan as co-GMs. Malcolm will also be playing the role of Karin, a halfling bard. Nathan will be playing the role of Brains, a wolfkin thief. Our players for this story are Tyr as Dane Ringson, a human scholar. Sean as Baelor Banefire, a dwarven smith. Chris as Sigyn, an elven huntress. Anthony as Corrigan Stonehammer, a halfling fighter. And Tim as Quiverring, the Mallard Mage. Character artwork created by Nemesis to Anthony Cupo and friend of the show, Jody P. Schaefer, whose work you may recognize from Metacopolis, Marikari, Megas XLR, and MTV's Downtown. Contact him when the time is right. You'll know how and when. Music licensed through Dark Fantasy Studios and SoundCube. Sound FX by Nathan, using Kronos Weaponizer, Studio, and Dehumanizer, using libraries from Boom Library, SoundCube, Kronos, and his own recordings. So thank you again for taking time to sit down with us at our gaming table. And until next time, remember, you're never too old to roll.